News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
Good day. This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. The United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees said on Tuesday it estimates nearly 450,000 people have been forcibly displaced from the southern Gaza city of Rafah in the past week amid a push by Israeli forces into the area. According to the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees in the Near East, also known as UNRWA, more than half of Gaza's population had been sheltering in Rafah, with many of the Palestinians going there after fleeing the Israel-Hamas war in other parts of Gaza. The United States, the United Nations, and others have called on Israel to avoid a full-scale offensive in Rafah, warning of a humanitarian disaster there. But Israeli leaders say Rafah is the last stronghold for the Hamas militant group and an offensive is necessary to achieve the goal of eliminating Hamas as a threat in Gaza. The International Committee of the Red Cross announced on Tuesday the opening of a 60-bed field hospital in Rafah. The ICRC said the facility will provide emergency surgeries, obstetric and gynecological care, pediatric care, and outpatient services for about 200 people per day. Humanitarian aid is dwindling in Gaza as the two main crossings near Rafah remain closed on Monday and aid workers struggle to distribute shrinking supplies and food to hundreds of thousands of displaced Palestinians.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
In other news overseas, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky thanked the United States for what he called a crucial package of aid as he hosted talks on Tuesday in Kiev with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Blinken arrived in the country hours earlier on an unannounced trip to deliver what U.S. officials called a strong message of reassurance at a time when Ukrainian forces are facing strong attacks by Russia's military in eastern Ukraine and are waiting the arrival of new weapons shipments from allies' help with defense. During the past week, Russia has intensified its attacks on the Kharkiv region in northeastern Ukraine. Zelensky said he would discuss with Blinken getting the new U.S. aid to Ukraine as quickly as possible, as well as bolstering Ukraine's air defenses, including the hope that Ukraine could secure Patriot missile systems to help protect Kharkiv. Blinken said the United States, along with other Ukrainian partners, are determined to make sure Ukraine has what it needs to be successful in fighting the Russian invasion. Blinken's visit also includes talks with Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal and Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba and delivering a speech in Kiev.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And news from the Philippine Foreign Service Post, the Philippine Embassy in Denmark opened the National Heritage Month celebration with the launch of a gangsa exhibition, the musical instrument from the Cordilleras, on the 10th of May at the Embassy Hall. The exhibition is in partnership with the Filipino organization Bimaak Denmark, representing the indigenous people from Benguet, Ifugao, Mountain Province, Abra, Apayao, and Kalinga. The launch of the exhibition featured a lecture on the gangsa, its characteristics, the indigenous groups in the Cordilleras that play the musical instrument, its cultural significance and symbolism, and its contemporary perspectives. The exhibition highlights the gangsa as a symbol of unity, tradition, and resilience in the Cordillera region. Efforts to preserve traditional gangsa music continue while modern musicians blend old and new styles, keeping the Cordillera culture alive. During the launch, guests also had the opportunity to play the gong and to enjoy the community dance led by Bimaak Denmark. The exhibition is available for viewing until the 31st of May.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.